Now I want to see who's paying attention, like really paying attention in the community. With the carbonation members and also the ex-carbonation members. I want you to put below, hopefully there's a whole bunch of comments because I'm really curious to know what you guys are viewing on your screen, because majority of it is not commentary. You're just watching these lives. But are you really paying attention to what potentially or did or may have or allegedly or in my opinion is going on? Now, let me just say one thing before we start. Please leave in the comment section what are your thoughts and what you think happened. Now, I hear a lot of people saying in the community that, yeah, look at Solar, he's spending the supporters' money. Do you believe that Solar is spending supporters' money? Or when he left, and maybe that's a good reason why he left, did he take something that sort of kind of probably belonged to him if he had something to do with those alleged PPP loans? Or not? I will have a follow-up video with what my thoughts are, some of what I came across, and how I knew that there was something not right about this spending spree and having a fun time, and a lot of things that are questionable. I don't want to say too much in this video. However, I will show you things that I know will shock you. And we don't know because we're not over there with these people. But I think you're going to look at things a little bit more differently. So we see that True has cleaned up quite a bit. He has gotten his hair done, which he needed to, because he was looking like a damsel in distress. I'm being funny. Yeah, he got his hair done. It's a good thing, because if you're trying to represent a narcissist, you have to be looking good in the camera, because we already know that you're bat is crazy for even standing for anything that Natureboy is standing for at this point. And it's really sad that these people are hanging around to see if they're going to be caught as a co-defendant in the long run for this run that Natureboy is taking them on. Who knows? Maybe Natureboy knows that the cards are not definitely in his favor, and he's probably doing exactly what we all predicted he was going to do if he ever went down. They were going to go down too, whoever remained standing. That also brings me back to
every day I wake up, swear it's me versus me. Demons creeping on me. Think that is sweet, huh? Silly rabbit, you ain't tricking me. Gotta stay awake, don't got time to sleep.
A reason why I think some of the other carbonation members left, because they probably know way before they left more than we know as the public, because we can only assume, have conversations among ourselves, or what we pictured from the past, from these videos we saw that Natureboy shared, evidence that's now being used against him in a court of law. We can only assume or imagine what these people had to endure and what was talked about prior to these ex-carbonation members leaving, the disciples. But we're gonna dig real deep, and shorter format videos premieres of exactly what I think that perhaps could be going on, or some foul play that did take place. And a lot of this could be from supporters, but it also could be from somebody calling the kettle black, and they're no better than Natureboy. True being one of them. We're talking about him right now because I think this is the reason why he's still around. Because sometimes when we're guilty, we have to stay around because we have to be around to defend ourselves. Not necessarily Natureboy, but what could be thrown at him because Nature Boy probably is not going to go down without a fight. And if he does, he's going to take a whole bunch of people down with him, because he's probably going to be afraid. The courts, the professionals, are going to expose a lot of stuff that could potentially put him away for a long time or a lifetime. But eventually, these Carbonation members also can still flip. We see how easy it is for these people to flip, because a lot of them have already flipped, and they're squealing and just doing all kind of things that we never thought would happen. Well, I'm going to tell you after you see this next video that I'm going to put up. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel with the notification bell on with the option all. So when these videos drop, you can hear exactly what I've been in the background peeping. While everyone else is doing their thing, I'm doing mine. And I want to articulate myself with my audience, and I want to point out things that I know, not 100%. But just a lot of things that are just common sense that is going on. One of the reasons, like even True being up here, he's not really doing this for Nature Boy, if you ask me. I think he's doing this because he's trying to stay in the cut, and he's trying to cover himself, because he can potentially later on down the line be incriminated for a lot of stuff that he watched happen. I think this is why people are pushing and promoting the little one, Baby Love, rest in peace, and all of these things to distract us, while they are doing some messed up stuff right in front of our faces. But because they've been around Nature Boy for so long, you will be surprised at what they're getting away with, because they are definitely getting away with a lot of stuff. And because we're pointing the finger at one person, even though people's behaviors are starting to display themselves, and the self-destruction of what happens when you hang around that barbershop too long and you get that haircut, you start picking up other people's bad behaviors. Nature Boy's bad, manipulative, narcissist behaviors, and you start taking personality of that person, and you start doing things that also are all just an illusion. And what I mean by that is, it might appear, it's like magic. It might appear to be one thing from what you're seeing with the naked eye that these people are doing, but they're things that are done on camera and off that people are doing in front of your face. But because they have mastered the trick of the trade of being a narcissist from a narcissist themselves, which is their master teacher, they have the ability to conquer and divide. That means separate. And once somebody, like in the community, for an example, here's like what I'm going to bring to the forefront that I want you guys to really think about after I say it. I'm going to bring a couple of things that I consider as receipts. So one of these people that are running around this community right now, a chicken with their head cut off, but they think that everyone else's head is cut off. So this is why they're doing and saying and behaving in this manner, because they know a lot of you probably haven't figured out that. Don't believe the banana in the tailpipe. There's a lot of trickery and promoting the wrong stuff, and us supporting the wrong people, us forgetting, because we are just loving people that like to forgive, that these are a product of Nature Boy's camp. And we can forget about things. We can forget about things, and we can be compassionate, but we have to also remember these are the same people that are not going to work a job. You're going to see them 10 years from now preaching the same knowledge, trying to hold on to the same belief system, even though we know they don't even believe it themselves. But just to stay afloat and not have to work and try to use, well, one member, I believe, let me just give you another hint, it'll probably be a while before they have to get a job or even worry about the support from the community, if you get where I'm going with it. Now, think about what I said at the beginning of the video, something I'm going to show you and also talk about in my next video. Well, at least when I get it together, all the information. I have the information, I just don't know how I'm going to present it. But there's a lot of things that you guys need to pay attention to. And there are people who represent this information, and they act like die-hard, you know, people who, let's just say, I was going to say something else. Let's just say we rely on them to report the information. And we hope that they report it correctly. And they might even know what's going on. But there's something that they're pushing for self. Everybody's really out for self. So they're not going to say anything until a fallout pops off, excuse me. And then it's going to be on and popping. And trust me, even if I get attacked, which I don't care, because at the end of the day, people flip-flop all the time, especially on social media. You got to be really careful who you call your friend on social media, because those people could be people that are trying to expose you or trying to make up and expose on you. It happens that way too. But trust me, I'm going to have people that probably attack me and won't agree with it because they want to see a good outcome to this. But I'm going to tell you right now, and it's not that I'm not thinking positive, there is no good outcome that's going to come out with this at all. So just stay tuned.